Well, back on it this morning, so we're thinning here and weeding. These are our turnips for the winter. A few rows there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over there the potatoes. Cousin Owen John's in the background there. He's carrying manure from our wonderful cows that produced all that lovely black gold over winter that we are carrying on the field, that we cut the silage on and the haylage and the hay a few weeks ago, and that will then give nutrients back into the ground, and that's the circle. But do you know what, last few weeks we've been having a lot of messages, a lot of, I would say, misleading information about agriculture, especially livestock agriculture. People change their minds, especially some of these environmental so-called journalists. You know, 10 years for them is a big difference in what they think. My family's been on this farm 375 years. My grandfather and my great-grandfathers would have been doing exactly the same, weeding by hand, thinning by hand, using the manure. They'd be carrying it with a horse and cart to feed the grass. There would have been a lot more farmers, there would have been a lot more people working the land then, and it would be that people would understand the cost of food production, you know, the physical labour that went into it. You know, today we're very fortunate, we have big machines and we're able to push to grow, you know, bigger crops, and we have pesticides, we have fertilisers, artificial ones, you know. Everybody has to eat, but when we're blaming livestock and the farmers for this climate crisis, is absolutely ludicrous. Ruminants have been on this planet forever, and we need to get the message out there that, yeah, we have to tweak a few things, we have to change a few things, but blaming the people that are working the land to feed our nation and our world is absolutely ludicrous. And to take that away from a freedom of choice and to give that then to these big corporations so they can produce whatever gloop they want to do in these factories, you know, and these people believe that that's going to take away the pressure on our global climate crisis. Well, I totally disagree. You know, fossil fuels are the biggest problem. You know, giving energy into our homes, making sure we're insulating, eating seasonal, local, sustainable, regenerative farms, and paying a little bit more for what we're eating. Food has been too cheap, and cheap food will come at a cost to the environment, to the animal, to the farmer, and to the whole of society. So we have to address what we got, and what we need is a farming food revolution. So don't listen too much to these people that sit behind the keyboard. Listen to the people that have their hands in the soil. People can cherry pick science however they look at it, and they can change their attitude or their ideas or ideology to suit themselves. But we won't change. 375 years of regenerative, sustainable and environmentally friendly farming has happened here. So it's important that we get that message out there. And you, the consumer, you are the most important part of the whole equation, because you are the people that are supporting us doing what we're doing. And we need your support more than ever. And when we hear some of these so-called environmentalists saying that the billionaire media is keeping, you know, everything out of the press, just think of one thing. One of the richest men in the world is throwing millions and billions of pounds towards mainstream media. So these environmentalists can print what they want for their agenda. I'm just a poor farmer working on the mountain to feed my family, friends and people in a sustainable, regenerative way. You make the choice.